Welcome to my most requested video tutorial for Wargroove 2. How does groove charge work? I'm going to break it down and make it super simple so you can beat your friends. Alright, so our commander for this experiment is the twins, and as you can see, you always start out with 0% groove charge, which is very, very important. Now, as far as the twins are concerned, I'm going to go ahead and just cheat and give them 100% groove charge. As you can see in this little box, it says 100%, and that blue bar is filled up all the way to the little notch. You see the little notch there. That means that we have just enough groove charge to use our Tier 1 groove. However, what if we wanted to use our more powerful Super Groove or Tier 2 groove? Well, we would obviously need 200% groove charge, and so I'm going to go ahead and set that, and now when the bar is completely full, we can use our Tier 2 groove, and using any groove will drain all of your groove charge to 0. This means that even if we have more than 100% groove, but not quite 200% groove, and we use our Tier 1 groove, I'm going to do it right now, Scorching Fire. Boom. We still lose everything and it drops back to 0. So make sure that if you want to use your Tier 1 groove, you use it as soon as you can, otherwise you will be wasting groove charge. If you want to use your Tier 2 groove, make sure to save up all the way until the bar is completely full. But you probably want to know, well, that's great, Sneaky, but how do you get groove charge? What do those percentages mean? I don't understand. After all, when I right-click or click onto my commander and go into the codex and take a look at what it says about my grooves, it says something weird like slow. The charge for the Tier 1 groove is slow, but the charge for the Tier 2 groove is fast. What the heck does that mean? It's just 100% and 200%. How can one be slow and the other be fast? The reason that you're confused is you need to change something in your settings. We talked about that percentage thing, but actually that's a bit misleading. I'm going to click onto the map, go into Missions, Options, and then we're going to click on the Advanced Options tab. Then we're going to check this box that says Show Absolute Groove Values. Doing that will open your mind to a secret world of how groove charge actually works. We take a look at the twins, we don't see 0% now, we just see 0. I'm going to go ahead and give the twins their Tier 1 groove again. We're going to give them 100% groove charge. Now take a look. We don't see 100%. We see the number 150. Whoa, that's different. How is 150 100%? How does that make sense? The answer is that those percentages are misleading. They just tell you what percentage of the groove charge number you're at before you get your Tier 1 or Tier 2 grooves, but they don't actually tell you what those numbers are. That's pretty silly, right? It's really just to make the game more accessible for people who don't really care how groove charge work at all, and just want to play the game without thinking about it, and don't want to really beat their friends. But you care. You'd like to know where these gosh darn numbers come from, and how to get a lot more groove charge in game than your opponent. Am I right? So let's dive in. It might seem a little complicated, but I'm going to make it really simple. Now, we need to talk about fast, slow, and all that other stuff. So we're going to go into the codex, how to play, grooves, and you get a nice little explainer here, but I want page 5 that will show me this amazing chart that you probably didn't even know existed. Most people didn't know this existed. It'll tell you that very fast means 50 groove charge points. Fast means 75, medium is 100, you get the idea. Using this amazing chart, I highly recommend you reference it as often as possible. It's right there in the codex in the grooves section, how to play, grooves, page 5. What we can do is we can actually understand what the different charge speeds mean. For example, when it says that Tier 1 is slow, referencing the chart, slow means 150 groove points. And when it says that your Tier 2 is fast, that means 75 groove points. Alright, so pop quiz time. If my Tier 1 groove, my weaker groove, needs 150 groove points, and my tier 2 groove needs 75 groove points. How many groove points do I need to use my tier 2 groove? The answer is you have to add them together. I'm going to go ahead and give the twins their maximum groove charge. We're going to fill up their groove meter. And as you can see, they need 225 groove points, 150, their tier 1 groove charge, plus 75, their tier 2 groove charge. You add the numbers together. So basically this means that if you have a slow tier 1 groove and a fast tier 2 groove, you need 225 points to use the tier 2 groove, but only 150 to use the tier 1. Once you get the hang of this, it's really easy to figure out. And now that we know how many groove charge points we actually need to unlock our grooves, using a strategy that can work for any commander, like Valder, for example. Let's talk about Valder. Valder might get patched later, but for right now, Valder's tier 1 groove is at medium, and their tier 2 groove is at slow. Alright? So that's 100 groove points plus 150 groove points. That's 250 groove points to use their tier 2 groove, Raise Dead 2. Is that making sense so far? If not, let me know in the comments. But now that we have an understanding of what it takes to get our tier 1 or tier 2 groove, and now that you know how to go into the options and show absolute groove values so you can really see what the numbers mean, you'll probably have another question for me. Well, alright, that's all fine and good, Sneaky, but how do I get these numbers? What gives me groove charge, and how much groove charge does it give me? That's an excellent question, and I'm going to break that down for you. You can get groove charge in 4 ways in Wargroove 2. The first way you can do it is by attacking. When you initiate an attack against an opponent, you get 3 groove charge, which is very nice. However, there's something even more nice. When you kill an opponent's unit, that grants you an amazing 6 groove charge. Now you can also get a sweet 4 groove charge from capturing a village. Now when your opponent attacks you and you are able to counterattack, boom boom, you get 2 groove charge. These numbers are actually different for the commander unit. The commander gets bonus groove charge from various actions. But don't worry about memorizing all these numbers. In fact, if we go into the codex, how to play, grooves, and go to a certain page, you can actually see a complete chart of all the numbers, including the better numbers that you get if your commander does the thing. So while attacking a unit gives you 3 groove charge normally, if your commander attacks a unit, you get 8 groove charge. Always look that up if you need a quick reference, it's right there in the codex. But there are a few tricky situations that you should probably be aware of, things you might not have expected. I told you that attacking a unit gives you groove charge and killing a unit gives you groove charge, but what if you do both? If you attack a unit and kill a unit, you actually get both groove charges for attacking and for killing, giving you a total of 9 groove charge. However, it gets a little bit weird when we talk about counterattacking. If you counterattack and kill the unit attacking you, you also get the groove charge for counterattacking and for killing, giving you a total of 8 groove charge. 2 for the counterattack and 6 for the kill. However, your opponent gets no groove charge at all. The reason is that their unit did not survive the battle, so they did not get any groove charge. Keep this in mind as it's something people forget and it's not in the codex right now. Also remember that in order to get counterattack groove charge, you actually have to be able to counterattack. By using a ranged unit, I can hit Valder's sword. I get 3 groove charge for attacking, and Valder could not counterattack, so they get nothing. Although villages do give the attacker groove as normal, for example, if I attack this village, I will get 3 groove charge for attacking it. They work completely differently in terms of counterattacking. You see, I do have the 3 groove charge, but Valder doesn't have any charge at all. This is because villages hitting you back does not count as a counterattack. So attack villages as much as you want. It will give you groove and not give your opponent any. And of course, you do get killing groove charge for knocking down a village and dropping it to 0. And while I've mentioned this once before, just to show you how crazy this is, commanders get significantly more groove charge from taking actions. When a commander attacks and kills a unit, the commander will get a whopping 20 groove charge, so make sure you're being very, very active with your commander. There are some exceptions we need to talk about, and the first is the summoning exception. Emmerich can summon a crystal, Koji bombs, Greenfinger vines, and the twins a totem. These are all special units that can only exist when they are summoned from a groove. Attacking and killing these units, like attacking Emmerich's crystal for example, will just not result in any groove charge whatsoever, as you can see from Valder. You can't get groove charge by attacking summons. Now Valder and Nuru are special. Valder summons swords and Nuru summons whatever she wants. They create normal, regular units, and so these normal units will behave normally in terms of grooves. They are not treated as summons, meaning they can get groove by attacking stuff and give your opponents grooves by being attacked. But Vesper is weird. Vesper is sort of in the middle. She summons unique units, so you'd think they wouldn't work with groove, but they're capable of attacking, so you think they would. How the heck do Vesper's units work with groove? Well, when Vesper's units attack, they will trigger an attack animation, and will be able to do damage, possibly killing a unit. In this case, Vesper just got 9 groove, as if a normal non-commander unit attacked and killed another unit. On the other hand, if Valder were to attack one of the Shadow Sisters, this is a non-killing attack, so it should give 3 groove. What happens is that Valder will not get any groove at all. This is because they are a summons. So they can give Vesper groove, but not the enemy, making them very, very weird in terms of groove charge. So weird that I'm going to say that one more time. The Shadow Sisters will get groove for Vesper, but the enemy will not get groove from interacting with the Shadow Sisters. And yes, the Shadow Sisters can even get groove from counterattacking. So you're probably wondering, what happens if 2 Shadow Sisters meet each other? Who gets groove? Let's find out what happens when a Shadow Sister attacks another Shadow Sister. Who gets groove? In this case, the red Shadow Sister attacks the blue Shadow Sister, and the blue Shadow Sister counterattacks. But red Vesper did not get any groove, and blue Vesper got 2 groove. This gives us some insight into how it works. A Shadow Sister attacking a normal unit will give you groove, but anything, even another Shadow Sister, attacking a Shadow Sister doesn't give any groove. A Shadow Sister will always give groove when counterattacking, no matter what attacks it. Alright, what if we kill? What if we take it out here? Here we go. And this should give nobody any groove. Yup, that's correct. Alright, so it's actually kind of funny. When one Shadow Sister attacks another, the defending Shadow Sister gets 2 groove, the attacking Shadow Sister gets absolutely nothing. That's enough special exceptions for now. Let's go into another topic, magic damage. The next thing we need to talk about is magic damage and how it works with groove. In Wargroove 2, magic damage is damage that ignores defense, does not depend on the health of the caster, and will have no effect on buildings at all. Examples of magic damage include Dark Mercia's groove, Sedge's groove, and of course the Witch Hex, the most obvious example of magic. I'm going to use Hex here to kill a sword. Now I just killed a unit. I should get groove for that, right? No. Killing a unit with magic does not give you any groove at all, no matter what the source of the magic is. Now we talked about magic damage, but we also need to talk about groove damage. If you ever read somebody's groove, it probably says specifically, deals 25% groove damage, deals 50% groove damage, something along those lines. Groove damage is similar to magic damage, in that it doesn't depend on the health of the person using it, the commander in this case, but it can affect buildings and is affected by terrain defense. I'm going to use Yoda's groove, which is one of a million grooves that do groove damage, to kill this sword. Boom. Now, as you can see, the Yoda using the groove did not gain any groove charge, and the buddied Yoda who did not use a groove also didn't gain any charge. This tells us for 100% certain that no matter what you do, you will not get any groove charge killing a unit with groove damage. Just like magic damage, it doesn't work. You have to attack when you kill a unit to get the killing bonus for groove charge. There's one more weird case I need to show you, and this one is going to blow your mind. When ROM uses their groove, they transform into Super ROM, or as I like to call them, Mighty Mouse. Now, when Mighty Mouse is active, no matter what the rest of your army does, you will not gain any groove at all. You see, regular ROM killed a unit and got 20 groove, but despite being part of the same army, Super ROM got no groove. No groove at all. Whether Super ROM kills the unit or Super ROM's friends kill the unit, you won't get any groove while in this form. And it gets even worse. I'm going to end my turn here, and we're going to just feed a kill into this ROM right here. No groove. As terrifying as it is, you actually lose the ability to gain groove when you're in Mighty Mouse form. Now you finally know how many swords you need to kill in order to get your tier 2 groove. This video took a lot of time to make. If you appreciated it, consider subscribing, and I'll try to keep a pinned comment down below, so comment down below with any updates or anything I missed or anything that changed due to patches. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to Wargroove 2.